Good morning, students. Welcome to EVS 1 class. Lesson number 1, Our Earth and our Solar System. In the last class, we studied about stars, planets, the solar system. Let's continue the lesson. Today, we will learn the other heavenly bodies in the solar system. Our solar system is filled with heavenly bodies like the Sun, our 8 planets, dwarf planets, dozens of moons, and billions of asteroids, comets, and meteoroids. Let's learn about them one by one. Let's learn about satellites. Satellites. Some heavenly bodies revolve around the planets. These are called satellites. Satellites too get their light from the sun. We see the moon at night. It revolves around the earth. Hence, it is called a satellite of the earth. So the moon is the satellite of the earth. Most of the planets in the solar system have satellites. The planets revolve around the sun along. Let's learn about dwarf planet. These are some small heavenly body that revolve around the sun. They are called dwarf planet. Of these, the most well known is Pluto. Dwarf planets revolve independently around the sun. They have an orbit of their own. Let's learn about asteroids. Asteroids. Between the planet Mars and Jupiter, there is a band of numerous small heavenly bodies. They are called asteroids. Asteroids also revolve around the sun. Compared to the sun, other heavenly bodies in the solar system are much smaller. The moon is the closest to the earth. That is why it appears to be so big, although it is actually very much smaller than the sun. Let's understand what is gravity. Gravity. All heavenly bodies exert a force of attraction or a pull on one another. This force is called the force of gravity. Now the sun exerts the gravitational pull on all planets, whereas the tendency of the planets is to move away from the sun. As a result of these two forces, a planet keeps revolving around the sun at a fixed distance in a fixed orbit. In the same way, satellites revolve around their planets. Due to the Earth's gravity, all things on the earth remain on it. Even if we throw something upward with a great force, it finally falls down to the ground. Let's understand what is space. Space. The emptiness between and beyond the stars and planets is called space or outer space. Even beyond whatever is the stars, beyond that is vast open space. Open space that is called a space or outer space. People have always been curious about the heavenly body in the sky. They have always wanted to reach them. However, to send some object from the earth into the space, it must be given power against the force of gravity, because all the things pulled by the earth with the help of gravity. So, in order to send anything away from the earth, we have to give bigger force that what the gravity is. That we all know. One of the Diwali firecracker, it's called rocket. It is packed with explosive substance, that is, lots of chemicals and gunpowders are everything are put into it. The explosive burn rapidly. Rapidly means with full force, and produce a lot of energy. The design of the rocket is such that the firecracker is pushed in a certain direction at a great speed. However, to send some object from the earth into space, it must be given power against the force of gravity. Rocket technology or space launch technology is used for the purpose. Very powerful rockets are used to send a spacecraft into a space. A tremendous quantity of fuels, that is lots of quantity of fuels. Fuels means a gas burnt in a rockets, so that spacecraft which thousands of tons can be launched into space. The spacecraft are very heavy, that are not very light. They are very heavy. In order to push them, a lot of fuel has to burn. In the 20th century, a few countries of the world developed spacecraft technology and sent hundreds of spacecraft into a space. Some spacecraft remain in a space, some are brought back to the earth, while some land on another planet or satellite. There are man-made satellites also. Man-made satellites provides useful information for agriculture, environment, weather forecasting, making maps, and searching for water and mineral wealth on the earth. They are also used for telecommunication. Telecommunication means communication between two people, like, for example, our television, our telephone, our mobile phone all work because of the satellites that have been launched. They are put into orbit around the earth. They can remain in space for many years. Now let's learn about India's space mission. Our country is well known for the development of its space launch technology. On 22nd October 2008, the Indian Space Research Organization, which is called ISRO, which is in short, launched a spacecraft to the moon. The mission is known as Chandrayaan-1. Mangalyaan is another important Indian space mission. It is known as MOM or In another word, Mars Orbit Mission. It was launched on 5th November 2013. It got established in an orbit around the planet Mars on 24th September 2014. ISRO achieved this feat in its first attempt. Both these missions are unmanned, which means that there were no people on the board this spacecraft. The objective of the mission is a deeper study of the moon and the planet Mars. In some mission, scientists also travels in the spacecraft. They are astronauts. Our Indian astronauts, Rakesh Sharma, became the first Indian astronauts to go into the space in 1984. He spent 8 days on the space station for a joint mission of the ISRO and the Soviet intercoms. Seeing India from the space, he said that it looked सारे जहां से अच्छा.